Welcome to the new book releases of March the 4th. This is a bit longer, and I'm going to try to hold your attention by not reading full descriptions.
Let me explain. No, there is too much. Let me sum up.
There will be timestamps per genre, though, of all the genres we're covering today, as usual. I'm Morgan. If this is your first time here, I hope you enjoy it, and you'll come back every Monday to get some new books for your TBR. Our first romantasy is The Last Moonlight Dragon by Dorothy McFalls. There used to be dragons in the valley, but now they're gone, and no one knows where they went. We're going to be following bookish Lady Celestina, who was once the favorite of the queen, who enjoyed pampering her. The queen's dead, though, and the new queen's favorite pastime is to hold court spectacles where she violently maims or slays members of her court who have upset her. Red Queen from Alice in Wonderland right there. And Celestina's parents have done something to commit treason during the battle, and this is where Celestina is then given as a slave to the Beast of the Fen, who is General Soren Kittimum of one of the armies of a neighboring kingdom, and his king has sent him here to defend the neighboring kingdom of Erst. Okay, so he went to help in the battle. And so he's giving Celestina as a slave, and he's vowed that he's going to kill her, like the queen, I guess, gave him that and says kill her. But on the way back, they're getting to know each other, and, she's falling for this horrible man who she is bound by magic to obey his every whim. So, and he's promised to kill her after he's done playing with her, but he's also killing to protect her. Then we have the next book in the Mead Mishaps series by Kimberly Lemming. It's That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Human. I do believe these are all standalone type novels, like they're all following different characters in the same world, but otherwise not connected. I'm not entirely sure on that though. A spirited young woman with a penchant for adventure finds herself locked away in a dragon's tower, and she realizes that fate has a particular sense of humor when it comes to her romantic prospects. All children are told fairy tales. Some are epic adventures with high stakes and exciting twists, while others are tales of pitiful princesses trapped in boring towers for their Prince Charming to come and rescue them. And Cherry, our main character, has never understood why the princesses don't just save themselves. While being locked away, watched by a dragon, she's now understanding that the dragons don't just let you get up and leave. Then we move into fantasy with 3 Kinds of Lucky by Kim Harrison. This is the start of a new urban fantasy series called The Shadow Age. In this, I think we are only following one character, but maybe not, because it does list the other one's name too. It's Petra Grady has known since adolescence that she has no talent for magic, and that's never going to change. But what she can do, though, is she can handle and manipulate dross, which is this damaging and unstable magical waste that's created by people who do spell work. And so she works at a mage's university handling and cleaning up this waste. Her counterpart is going to be Benedict Storm, who she says is oblivious, sexy, and oh so out of reach. And he is researching the dross, but he doesn't quite understand it the way Petra does. And there's an accident that happens that goes bad, and now they're on the run. Now they're looking for the one person whose might can help them. He's been exiled for over a decade for using dross to cast spell work. And they risk either finding hidden talents or shattering the entire world. And a new book set in the Faerun world of Dungeons & Dragons is going to be The Fallbacks, Bound for Ruin by J. Lee Johnson. To become renowned adventurers, this party needs to survive their first job. Telesaind is an ambitious young rogue who dreams of leading Faerun's foremost adventuring party. While the crew she's gathered isn't the stuff of legends yet, she's confident in her guidance can get them there. For their first job, they're recovering a mysterious spellbook from a lost temple for a hefty payout. Tess hopes that this assignment can turn her group of fledgling freelancers into a true team, but when their client is killed, their coin and his murder both vanish, leaving the party to take the fall. Can this band of mismatched misfits stay together in the face of danger, or are they bound for ruin? It sounds like it might be so funny. I don't want to say it sounds so funny, but it sounds like it might be. I don't even know if it's supposed to be funny, but just the descriptions of the party. So if you are into Dungeons & Dragons, I would say that would probably be a good one for you. Then we have number 4 in the Glass Library series, The Dead Letter Delivery by C.J. Archer. So this is when I really wanted to start. Its librarian Sylvia Ash knows nothing about her past, having grown up without a father and a mother who refuse to discuss him. When she stumbles upon a diary that suggests she's descended from magicians, she's skeptical. After all, magicians are special, and she's just an ordinary woman who loves books. That's from the first one, and in this one, we're discovering a long-lost male delivers a marriage proposal, a missing person, and a magical mystery. And, it's all taking place at a magical library. And lastly, for fantasy is one that I really thought was already out. I guess because I just hadn't thought about how much time since we received it, but now physically in stores is going to be The Sunlit Man by Brandon Sanderson. In this one, we are following Nomad as he has landed on this planet and he doesn't have enough powers to get off of it. And this is a planet where you have to constantly keep moving out of the sun because the sun is close enough, bright enough that it literally scorches the planet and the day cycle is very, so you have to quickly move out of the sunlight. You can't stay in it. And of course, there is a tyrant over the population of people that do have to constantly move, while there is the opposition force that just wants peace and doesn't want to have to live and do that. And Nomad will pick a side. This does take place in the Cosmere universe, and if you haven't read the Stormlight specifically, you would not get a lot of the references that are being said. I think I did the review on this. It could have been spoiler though. Moving into YA fantasy, our first title up is The Prisoner's Throne by Holly Black. This is the conclusion to the Stolen Heir duology. I don't quite remember what the duology's name is. It's an imprisoned prince, a vengeful queen, and a battle that will determine the future of Elfheim. This one, though, we are in the land of Elfheim, which sits right next to the mortal world. So this is kind of urban fantasy because in a lot of this one, especially in her flashbacks and stuff, we were in the mortal world that sits right next to ours. And on their quest, they were also going down the eastern seaboard. There's a map included. But in this one, we are following Prince Oak and Surin as Oak has come to find Surin, recruited her to help him in his quest. Like he's got a specific quest that needs to be completed. He needs Surin's help to do it. Then we have a Sleeping Beauty retelling of What Monstrous Gods by Rosamund Hodge. Centuries ago, heretic sorcerer Riven raised a deadly briar around Runikai's palace, casting the royal family into an enchanted sleep and silencing the kingdom's gods. And now, Leah's destiny is to kill Reuven, as she was born with a miraculous gift. But when she succeeds, she finds her duty is not yet complete, for now she must marry into the royal family and forge a pact with the god, or die. To make matters even worse, Reuven's spirit is haunting her. And things are never as they seem. On to some sci-fis. Our first one up is going to be Altered Estates by Chris Matheson. Welcome to Soon. Behold a preview of your forthcomings. You're about to embark on the ultimate immersive experience, the written equivalent of a live-action role-playing game. Sit back, sip some pink tea, and enjoy the ride. Propelled by effects of groundbreaking drugs and inducing temporary amnesia, scenarist Chris Robinson sets out on an extraordinary journey to claim his newly revealed inheritance, a magnificent English castle. When Chris starts hearing disembodied voices, he befriends them as unlikely guides to rediscover his forgotten story. Then we have The Long Run by Patrick Chiles. Being a paramedic is a tough job. It's tougher when you stumble onto a crashed alien spacecraft. Melanie Mooney thought she was doing her job when she came upon an unusual accident in the deep woods late one night. Acting alone, what she found was nothing like what she'd expected. What followed was an even more unexpected. She's recruited by emissaries of the galaxy-spanning civilization. Melanie is thrust into a world she thought only existed in supermarket tabloids. As the first human in the galactic Union Medical Corps, she cares for extraterrestrials in desperate need of a medic. Then we move on into thriller with The New Couple in 5B by Lisa Unger. Rosie and Chad Lowen are barely making ends meet in New York City when they receive life-changing news. Chad's late uncle has left them his luxury apartment at the historic Windmere in glamorous Murray Hill. With its pre-war elegance and impeccably uniformed doorman, the building is the epitome of old New York charm, one that would almost never suspect the dark history lurking behind its perfectly maintained facade. Next, we have Baby X by Kira Pekoff. In the near future United States, where advanced technology can create egg or sperm from any person's cells, celebrities face the alarming potential of meeting biological children they never conceived. Famous singer Trace Thorn is tired of being targeted by The Vault, a black market site devoted to stealing DNA. Sick of paying ransom money for his own cell matter, he hires biosecurity guard Ember Ryan to ensure his biological safety. Wow, that word would not come out. Because she is the best. Her firm is the best at doing this. Now in Mysteries is one that I'm excited to get to as soon as I read the one before it. That's Finlay Donovan Rolls the Dice by El Cosmino. The series is so funny. We are still following struggling author. Is she struggling? I don't know that she's struggling. It's just, well, not at least with the authorial bits. She's struggling with life and everything else. But Finley and her nanny/partner in crime are heading to Atlantic City for what's supposed to be a girls' weekend. As of course, chaos is going to ensue, and now Finley is trying to juggle her jealous ex-husband, her 2 kids, her mother's issues, and finding Vero's boyfriend. Maybe she'll get to leave Atlantic City in one piece. And in romance this week, we have This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan. Soledad Barnes has her life planned out, because of course she does. She plans everything, she designs everything, she fixes everything. She's a domestic goddess who's never met a party she couldn't host or a charge she couldn't lead, with the one with all the answers and the perfect vinaigrette for that summer salad. But none of her varied talents can save her from when catastrophe strikes and the life she built with the man she was supposed to be her forever goes poof in a cloud of betrayal and disillusion. After all she's lost and found, can she be brave enough to make room for what could be? And in fiction, our first one up is a paranormal fiction. This is Murder Road by Simone St. James. July 1995. April and Eddie have taken a wrong turn. They're looking for the small resort town where they plan to spend their honeymoon. When they spot what appears to be a lone hitchhiker along the deserted road, they stop to help. But not long after the hitchhiker gets into their car, they see blood seeping from her jacket and a truck barreling down Atticus Line after them. When the hitchhiker dies at the hospital, April and Eddie find themselves at the crosshairs of the Cold Lake Falls police. They soon learn that there is something supernatural at work, something that could not only tear the town and its dark secrets apart, but take April and Eddie down with it all. Then we have The Extinction of Irina Ray by Jennifer Croft. It's a very interesting sounding title, at least. 8 translators arrive at a house in a primeval Polish forest on the border of Belarus. It belongs to the world-renowned author Irina Ray, and they are all here to translate her magnum opus, Grey Eminence. But within days of their arrival, Irina disappears without a trace. The translators, who hail from 8 different countries but share the same reverence for their beloved author, begin to investigate where she may have gone while proceeding with their work on the masterpiece. I don't think I should read more. It's in fiction, it's not a mystery, but I don't think I should read more there. We'll end this week with a nonfiction, Slow Productivity, The Lost Art of Accomplishment Without Burnout by Cal Newport. Do fewer things, work at a natural pace, obsess over quality. Our current definition of productivity is broken. It pushes us to treat busyness as a proxy for useful effort, leading to impossibly lengthy task lists and ceaseless meetings. We're overwhelmed by all we have to do and on edge of burnout, left to decide between giving into the soul-sapping hustle culture or rejecting ambition altogether. But are these really our only choices? That's all for our list this week. I'm not sure that this summing up actually went well. We will work on it and get better for next week. I just kind of ran out of time this week. I'm very sorry. I hope you did at least find something fun to pick up, and you will consider coming back to find new books next week and checking in for reviews. I just hope you're finding something awesome to read today, and I'll see you in the next one.